Hello everyone, my name is Dee. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you have been here before. Today we are going to be doing a reading on what do they think of you, because I wanted to bring up both their feelings and their thoughts about you and about the connection, as well as what it is that they like about you and admire about you. So what we're going to do first is get some tarot cards out here, and then we will pull some oracle cards that'll more so meant to bring up what it is that they admire about you and like about you, basically what their opinion of you is. So I hope that that makes sense, and as always, let me preface this by saying that this is a general reading, and due to it being a general reading, please take what resonates and leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, then it is not meant for you. With that said, let's get into it. For pile 1, we have carnelian. For pile 2, we have selenite. And for pile 3, we have sodalite. Hello, pile 1, my carnelian pile. Today, we are going to be checking in to see what it is that your person thinks of you. So again, let's get some tarot cards out here. Let's see what their current thoughts are, their current feelings, how it is that they're feeling about you and about the connection itself, what's on their mind in regard to it. Okay, so pile 1, let's take a look. Maybe we'll even get some aspects of what it is that they like about you and admire about you. But for the most part, let's see what their current thoughts are. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles. Jumping out first, we have Temperance being followed by the Fool. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's throw those all back on there. And what is the last card we have here? We also have the Devil. So what I like with this is, for me, a lot of the times the Devil isn't going to bring up anything too bad, especially when in this context. I more so feel like what this is speaking to is this person's very physically attracted to you. So it's the Knight of Pentacles is going to bring up that in some way, shape, or form, this person feels like this connection has really taken a while to come to fruition. Perhaps you yourself have also been feeling that way in regard to this connection, that certain aspects of it seem to be taking a really long time to take off. So whether it's taken a long time for the two of you to connect with one another, whether it's taken a long time for the two of you to move on to the next step, whether it might still be taking a long time for the two of you to move on to the next step. It just seems like time has been something that has been somewhat of a frustrating factor to this connection with your person. I also feel like when it comes to this Knight of Pentacles, it's definitely going to bring up that this person sees a future with you and they see that they could have a stable future with you. But when we start to get into the other cards, we do see that maybe there's been some issues and maybe there's been a little bit of reasons why this at times has been a frustratingly long time to come to fruition. When we move forward to Temperance, Temperance is going to bring up that this person wants to restore balance to this connection in some sort of way. Not only that, but I feel like the Temperance card is going to bring something up like this person feels like you add balance into their life. Because when we move forward to the Fool and the Devil, this would definitely highlight that this person, at least in their past, and maybe even when it comes to the connection with you, has had some issues when it comes to committing. And for me, a lot of times this could even be that this person just hasn't felt ready to settle down. Like the Fool and the Devil would definitely place more so of they would place more so of a focus, let's say, on a casual type of relationship. So for some of us, this could be our FWB, this could be our, like situationship, whatever else, whatever other names there are for it. This seems like this could be someone who we've had a physically intimate connection with, and perhaps still do have that physical intimacy going on between the both of us. And throughout that time, we've gotten closer, we've gotten to know one another better, and this person really does seem to feel like you're someone who could really balance out this side of them. Whether or not that's your responsibility is another thing, but I do feel like something that's coming through here, perhaps, especially because the Temperance card is also going to bring up moderation for me, where this person sees a future with you. So it's almost like they try to moderate their behavior when it comes to you. Like they try to check themselves because they know that they're capable of having these sort of casual, non-committal types of flings, let's say. They know that they've definitely placed a stronger focus on sex and physical intimacy in the past, and perhaps even in their past with you. And since they, with this Knight of Pentacles, can see a future between the two of you, they don't want the focus to just be on this. But I feel like they too have to do some learning and perhaps some unlearning when it comes to moving forward into the type of commitment that the both of you want together. I hope that that makes sense, because to me it really does seem as though your person, especially with that Temperance card, they're trying to heal. They're trying to come back into balance. They feel like you're somebody who adds balance into their life. And I feel like at the end of the day, I guess a way for me to sum it up is they know that they have had commitment issues, and their commitment issues could simply be in the form of them being afraid of commitment and not really seeking a commitment, and also feeling like they just weren't ready to settle down. You know, that they weren't ready to settle down. But it does seem like with this Knight of Pentacles and Temperance combo that they are beginning to want to settle down. And not only that, but that they do see that there's a future between the both of you. And what this boils down to for me, I also want to get one more tarot card out here, to be honest, to see like if this person can redeem themselves more so in the sense of the current energy. Like, what is the current energy in the sense of how it is that they are thinking and feeling about you? Okay? Because what I'm picking up on, at least, is this person's not really, let's say, they don't, maybe even for some of them, have a lot of experience in committed relationships. And I feel like they constantly try to check themselves, let's say, when it comes to their connection with you, because they don't want to come on too strong, too quick and scare you off. You know, they don't want you to think, they want you to know that they have this Knight of Pentacles view of the future where there's a commitment and the two of you are building a life together, etc. But they know that they have a tendency to take things in a physical direction way too quickly. And of course, since this is what they think of you, I would again say, which is what I originally said with the Devil, this person is very attracted to you. You know, this person is very physically attracted to you. So since they are so attracted to you, it is kind of like they're trying to check themselves and check their behavior, basically, to make sure that they are not moving things or rushing things along too quickly. But I feel like they're doing such a good job of checking themselves and making sure that things aren't moving along too quickly, that at times this relationship or this connection has moved at a frustratingly slow pace. And I do feel like the explanation for that for some of us could simply be that this person, for a period of time that we've known them, was not ready to commit to the type of relationship. They weren't ready to commit to a stable, long-term, loving commitment, let's say. But now they're moving into that energy, let's say, of being able to, and now they feel settled in their own life. Now they feel like they have what it takes to be able to give another person what it is that they want, need, deserve, and desire in regard to a romantic relationship. They feel like they're ready to settle down and build a life with someone. And it's kind of like they don't want to go back to their old ways, and they don't want you to think that they're up to their old ways when it comes to the connection that the two of you share. So let's pull one more card, basically, just to see how it is that they're currently feeling. What's the current energy of the connection? And we've got the Two of Cups. So to me, the Two of Cups will bring up harmonious relationships, all these wonderful, beautiful things in regard to love. So to me, again, it really does feel like this person is trying not to, let's say, screw up this relationship. They're trying not to go back to what I would consider to be their past behavior. Even if this is a current, let's say, situationship or friends with benefits type of person, it's like they're trying to make you see that they want more than that now. They are trying to make you see that they see this long-term committed relationship. They're trying to, in some way, shape, or form, like prove themselves, I even want to say, you know, like they're trying to prove themselves to you in some way so that you can see that they're not only after or going after you for this at this point in time, that they're also interested in starting a life together and building a life together. You know, there's this sense of them being ready to maybe, for some of us, finally move forward toward this more so romantic relationship that the Two of Cups will bring up. So I hope that makes sense. Pile one. Let's now get into basically what it is that they admire about you, what it is that they like about you, etc., what their opinion is of you. So let's start out with this deck, see if we could get anything, even if it's just a card or two. Come on, pile one. Okay, we have the eyes of beauty, positive expectations, and clarity. So right then and there, I'm going to say that your person probably thinks you have very pretty eyes, since the card is the eyes of beauty. But with the messages on the cards themselves, we have positive expectations. So just in general, I would say that your person would feel that you're quite optimistic. For some reason, what this is giving me is like a mental image of the Sun card, especially because we have positive expectations and clarity on it. So with the Sun card coming to my mind and with this card itself, to me, that would highlight that this person feels like you're somebody who's very authentic, feels like you're somebody who is very open and honest with that clarity message, that this is someone who, or that you are someone who is, of course, yet again, very beautiful, you know, very beautiful. They are very physically attracted to you, but they also feel like, again, you're someone who is generally very positive and optimistic, somebody that has a good sense of humor, that you are somebody who's very open and honest, somebody even in that regard that's very trustworthy. So all in all, it does seem as though they have a very nice impression of you. The other thing that I want to bring up especially would be that this person, it's almost like if they need to know the truth, they'll come to you. You know, like if they need an opinion on something, and maybe that's even a way that the two of you, especially if this is more so of a friends with benefits or situationship type of thing that's going on right now between the both of you, this person confides in you a lot because they know that they're going to get the utmost honesty from you on what your opinion is of the situation. So I do feel like this person confides in you a lot. This person knows that they can trust you, etc. So and I feel like, or what I wanted to get at is I do feel like this person, oh my goodness, I forgot what I wanted to get at. Anyway, they like to confide in you. That I feel like that's a way that you and this person have built up emotional intimacy over time with one another. Is that you really are able to share a lot with each other, and this person does feel like you really do show them your real self. I lost a card to the floor, so let me see if I can grab it. And we have the Lady of the Mirror. Okay, so with the Lady of the Mirror, she is going to bring up reflection and non-judgment. So again, it just gives off this vibe of this person really feeling like they can trust you and confide in you. Another reason why they feel that way is not only will you be completely honest with them, but you're also not going to judge them. I also feel like you and this person, for the most part, let's say for most of the people that are watching this, have like, I want to say a very good rapport with one another, but the two of you do really seem to know one another. In and out, the two of you communicate with one another quite frequently. Perhaps, again, for some of us, we see this person quite frequently, but it does seem as though you and this person already have a really good relationship with one another. And I feel like for some of us where it resonates that this is someone that is our like friend with benefits or our casual partner, let's say, the person that we're casually dating, that's part of the reason why this connection has felt so frustratingly slow for you, because the connection is there, the chemistry is there, there's a lot of communication between the both of you, you're both able to confide in one another, etc. Because I feel like when it comes to the reflection and the non-judgment on this Lady of the Mirror card, we get a lot of reiterated messages of how you're somebody that they can trust. They feel like you're somebody they can confide in, that you're somebody that's not going to bullshit them. Let's say you're going to give them your utmost honest opinion. And I just feel like the two of you are very much so in a relationship with one another without having the official title. And again, as always, take what resonates, leave the rest. If it does not resonate with you, it is not meant for you. But I do feel like for some of us that are listening to this, it's kind of the part of the reason why it's so frustrating is because of the fact that we are practically in a relationship with this person just without the title. And I feel like that's where it becomes like, okay, come on already. When is this going to happen? You know, like when is this going to come to fruition here? Okay, we have Seeker from the second deck, and this is thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. So again, with this truth card, or with this message of truth, and you being someone who's very open and honest, you being someone that also helps for them to find the clarity that they need. And that's honestly one of my favorite things that comes up with the Two of Cups as well, because when the Two of Cups comes up, a lot of times it'll signify how much there is that the two of you can learn from and grow with one another regarding, because you're able to give them perspective that they can't necessarily see, and they're able to give you perspective that you can't necessarily see. And it just really molds into this beautiful relationship where the both of you are able to give one another perspective, see things from one another, from one another's perspectives. And it helps for the two of you to have a truthful, healthy, open, and honest communication and open and honest relationship with one another, basically. So I do feel like when it comes to the connection between the both of you, we again get this indication of you really being able to be someone that's there for them when it comes to, let's say, listening and communicating with them. Okay, that you're someone that's able to show them like truth and kindness and compassion and give them the clarity that they need without judging them. And for the final card, we have Don Juan. Okay, spotlights your positive, seductive qualities. So yet again, we get a strong indication of this person being incredibly physically attracted to you. And that is where we will end this. Okay, so I do hope that this makes sense. Pile 1, thank you all so much for allowing me to read for you today. And I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, Pile 2, my selenite pile. Let's take a look at what your person thinks of you. So first, let's get some tarot cards out here. Let's see what their current thoughts and feelings are. Okay, how it is that they are feeling about you and about the connection itself. Then we will get some oracle cards out here that are basically just meant to bring up their opinion of you, what they admire about you, what they find attractive about you, etc. So try to get one card at a time. We start out with the Devil. The Six of Cups. The Page of Cups. And the Five of Swords. So when it comes to their current thoughts and feelings, it does seem to me like the one thing that I heard was like, okay, I'm not going to say that, but so anyway, Pile 2. It does feel like to me like this person is conflicted on what to do at best when it comes to this connection. But also it's almost like they are sabotaging the connection at the same time. So we start out with the Devil. The Devil's going to bring up For me, especially sex and physical attraction, which would mean that this person's very attracted to you. It would mean that this person might have or might be trying to pursue somewhat of a physical connection with you. But it's almost like even certain aspects of that don't really seem to be taking off. We move forward to the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups, to me, at times it could bring up like old flames or old friends. So this could be somebody that is an old friend of yours. It could be somebody that is a friend of yours right now. And it's kind of bringing up this message of, this person's very physically attracted to you. This person is someone who's been in your life for a very long time. Not only that, but the Six of Cups, it's going to bring up romantic feelings. It's going to bring up wanting to give this offer, this gesture of love. The Page of Cups, same deal. That this person's crushing on you, that they admire you deeply, greatly, let's say. They have a lot of admiration for you. They want to give this romantic gesture, this gesture of love. But pages are very immature, and the Six of Cups will bring up children in childhood, thus making it immature. The Devil at times can be one manipulative son of a bitch. And then we've got the Five of Swords with the self-sabotage. And at times almost seeming to be walking away from this connection. And it's almost like you can't get a good read on this person, and you can't get a good read on what this person thinks of you because of how in and out of your life they have been. Perhaps at times you can't get a good read on this person because they'll say something very flirtatious or even very naughty. And then they'll immediately take it back to it being at a friendship level. And you're kind of like, okay, what the hell was that? And I'm going to say, because the Devil, at times, he can be quite the manipulative guy, that at times it does seem very emotionally manipulative. And at times it might seem very, of course, emotionally immature due to the Six of Cups, Page of Cups combo. So when it comes to what this person's current thoughts and feelings are for you, there's a lot of attraction. This person feels like you're somebody who's incredibly kind. And I also feel like when it comes to that, though, when we go to the Devil straight to the Six of Cups, it's almost like this person knows that at times they've been, let's say, a little sketchy or they've been a little shady. They know they've said some things that can be misconstrued, and they wanted those things to be misconstrued because they don't have the balls to actually communicate with you and tell you how it is that they are feeling. It's almost like pieces of the puzzle that they want you to put together. But then again, it seems as though they kind of then remove themselves from the situation. I'm going to go ahead on a limb here and say that at times it feels like this person doesn't know what the hell they want, and at times they also, like for you, that's what it feels like, but even for them sometimes it's like they don't know what they want. Okay? And I feel like a large part of that has to deal with they themselves. I feel like a large part of that has to deal with them basically not being mature enough or emotionally mature enough and maybe lacking in some emotional intelligence. They just overall seem to at times be screwing this connection up. And it makes it very difficult for you to know where their head is at because at times they don't even know where their head is at. Even it's almost like this message of, at least what I'm getting from it, even like you could tell by this Five of Swords character on the card, and he's kind of like looking like, what the hell just happened? To kind of focus, okay. Like, what the hell just happened and why the hell did I just do that? I feel like that's kind of how this person feels at times, even in the actions that they have with you. And I don't feel like they've been overly negative. They've been confusing. There's been mixed signals. I hope that makes sense. And as always, I brought this up in my last video. Don't come cursing at me in the comments. If this does not resonate for you, then it is not meant for you. I promise you, you can click away from this video and forget it ever happened. But that's what I'm getting from this. I'm getting a lot of mixed signals. I'm getting that at a base level, this person is attracted to you. This person has a crush on you. But for a lot of them, it seems as though they're almost too immature to be able to take that to a next step. I want to pull another card. I did the same thing for pile 1, and I said as I was pulling it, I'm like, let's pull one more card to see if this person can redeem themselves. So for you, pile 2, let's pull one more card and see if this person can redeem themselves in some way. But as far as what I'm getting right now, there's a lot of mixed signals. There's a lot of, at times, this person being confusing, and sometimes this person's being confusing in an attempt to manipulate you or manipulate the situation. And then I feel like they kind of turn around and they think to themselves, why the hell did I just do that? And part of the reason why they feel that, why the hell did I just do that, is because a part of them doesn't want to ruin the friendship that's between the two of you. The two of you seem to have a good connection. There's probably a lot of chemistry between the both of you, but I feel like for most of us that picked pile 2, this connection has never really moved anything further than at a friendship level. And it's kind of like this friend could be an old friend that could be in your life for a significant portion of your life. And at times, you really are unsure of what is going on in their head, because and I feel like a huge reason why is because they're unsure of what is going on with them. And I feel like what is going on with them is a lot of emotional immaturity. I feel like they're very attracted to you, and they do, again, at a base level, have romantic feelings for you. But it's almost like I would say one of the biggest things is they're not really ready to communicate those feelings. They're definitely not ready to communicate openly and honestly about the way in which they feel. I would say that a lot of their issues take place in regard to emotional immaturity, as well as even, let's say, not feeling settled in their own life, not really feeling like they've got much to offer. I feel like their biggest issue, let's say, is their immaturity. I hope that for those of us who this is meant to make sense for, I hope that it is making sense. Now let's pull a card. And we've got the Two of Pentacles. And to me, the Two of Pentacles, it's again bringing up, I would not say that redeems them. And then at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Seven of Wands. The Two of Pentacles to me is going to bring up that this person has other things on their mind, and at that level could even be other people. So when we look at this devil character, and even when we look at this Five of Swords, to me it's almost like this person at times, like they're in and out of your life, or they're flirtatious at times and then not flirtatious at all, and bring it right back to the friendship at times, because they're genuinely unsure of where to take this connection. And a huge reason for why they are genuinely unsure is because they're not even sure of themselves. You know, like they're not feeling settled, stable, or secure in their own life. They don't really feel like they're in a place to start a relationship. I feel like at times, it's almost like at worst, this person is emotionally manipulative and opportunistic, and at times just likes to flirt. Even though they know that could be something that's leading you in the wrong direction, and that they at times are leading you on because they're not ready for any type of relationship with you. And at best, they're just emotionally immature and kind of just like a immature schmuck type of thing. And they don't really recognize what they're doing. But again, at worst, emotionally manipulative scumlord. At best, emotionally immature, kind of goofy, just having a little goofy old time here type of character. I do feel like with the Five of Swords, this is going to bring up regret. As I was saying when I flashed the card before, even on that card itself, he kind of looks like, what the hell did I just do, and why the hell did I just do that? And I feel like that's because at times, it's like he doesn't want to. It's almost like he doesn't want to hurt you, or he or she. I'm only saying he because of the it's a male on the card. But it's like this person doesn't want to hurt you, but at times their actions do hurt you. And it's almost like them learning, like almost at times for the first time, like, oh, my actions have consequences. So, and again, I just feel like that brings me back to this person at times being very immature. Okay, and very emotionally immature. Okay, so this character pile 2 is a little bit concerning. And I feel like I don't want to give like false hope in the sense that this person does have romantic feelings for you, because as it stands right now, when it comes to their current thoughts and feelings about the connection, it's not moving forward because they've got other things on their mind. And that Two of Pentacles, to me, again, it could bring up other connections that maybe are settling for this type of behavior and participating in a more so casual type of relationship with this person. Or it could be they know that they're kind of a F up right now, or they know that they've got a bunch of things that are unsettled and uncertain in their own lives, and they're trying to bring those things back into balance. Okay, that they've got a lot of things on their plate right now. They're very busy with work, let's say. They have a lot of responsibilities in their life, and they're trying to juggle all of these different aspects of their life. And they don't have time to commit their time, effort, and energy to a relationship. But they maybe do have time at times to try to leave this door open between the two of you for whenever they are ready, which also isn't fair to you. I feel like some of the time for you, pile 2, you might be sort of, even again, like this Five of Swords character, you might be just sitting around waiting for this person to get their act together. And as I always say, when waiting comes up, that it is a disservice to ourselves when we decide to wait for someone, because while we are waiting for someone, we are missing out on meaningful experiences in love and in life for ourselves. So, pile 2, I would say that this person is not so much worth the wait. I would say that it would be more worth your while at this point in time for you to begin to try to move on from this connection, especially in regard to it being romantic, and especially in regard to if this person continues to lead you on in any type of way, if this person continues to, say certain things and not deliver on them, if this person continues to sort of, at times opportunistically or manipulatively lead you on without any form of commitment being brought out to play, which is perhaps something that you want. Whatever the case might be, pile 2, I would be a little bit wary of this person. Okay, and it's not that their feelings for you don't exist. It's not that they're not attracted to you, etc. It's that there's something. I'm going to use, I'm going to say the word wrong. Okay, like I'm going to use that word. There's something wrong with them. And a lot of it is insecurity. A lot of it is them not feeling stable or secure in their own life. A lot of it is them and their own emotional immaturity. A lot of it could be, let's say, even just like blockages in regard to love and in regard to the heart chakra. Maybe they've never had a good example of relationships throughout their own childhood and their own upbringing. Maybe they don't exactly know how or what it is or what it means to be in a stable relationship. Maybe they're more comfortable having sort of casual types of relationships because they don't exactly know how or want to at this point in time because of how unsettled they feel. They don't exactly know how to operate in one, etc. But I do feel like this person has a propensity to be flirtatious or sort of lead you on at times. And it's very confusing, and it sends a lot of mixed signals for you that are making you feel kind of stuck on or waiting around for this person. So let's get some other cards out here. Let's see what their opinion of you is. Let's see what it is that they think of you, what they admire about you. We start out with the same exact card that jumped out for pile 1 at first, the Eyes of Beauty. So for me, that's going to bring up physical beauty. It's also bringing up positive expectations. Also, maybe you have very pretty eyes because it is the Eyes of Beauty. But they find you to be very physically attractive. They also find you to be somebody who's very optimistic. They could also find you to be somebody who's very honest. Somebody who's very open and honest with them. And I feel like that's where at times you get a little stuck. Because maybe at times, this person is... this is what I feel like could be going on here. But maybe for a select few of us, as always, don't shoot the messenger. As always, take what resonates, leave the rest. But for some of us, the reason why this could be even more confusing for us is because we have had conversations that are open and honest with this person. And then it's almost like this person wants to forget that those conversations ever happened. That could be part of it. But even in regard to anything, like let's say the two of you are just confiding in one another about, let's say, something that happened in your childhood. And then it's like all of a sudden this person wants to forget, like the two of you didn't just completely pour your hearts out to one another and have this very deep conversation. And the next time you see them, they're kind of back to their sort of like immature bullshit. And you're like, oh, okay, I thought we had a breakthrough here. You know, I thought that that was a breakthrough, but now I'm realizing like, no, this person's sort of right back to their old, same old, etc. And I lost a card to the floor, so let me pick it up. And the card that fell to the floor was the Dragon's Duel. Okay, and this card brings up inner conflict, morality, conscious choice. So to me, I'm going to say more so, even though this is supposed to be their, like, let's say, opinion of you, and, you know, how it is that they think and feel about you, etc., I would say that with this inner conflict, there's certainly a lot of inner conflict that they have. And I feel like even when it's the two of you together, let's say, like they might look at themselves as this more so devilish character. They might look at themselves as more so the bad one, and you're sort of the good egg out of this situation. We have morality and conscious choice, which to me the conscious choice seems a little bit sketchy and brings me back to the devil and the manipulative factor here. The other aspect of this, though, since we are trying to focus on kind of what it is that they admire about you, etc., when it comes to that morality, actually, this sketches me out too, because if something that they admire about you is the inner conflict, then what that could mean, especially for those of us that recognize that at times this person's been manipulative with us, what they admire about you or admire about the situation that they have with you is that they can be this sort of emotionally manipulative, opportunistic sort of a-hole in the situation. So that is actually very, very, very sketchy. And even to see the morality here, again, it's like it's almost weird to me too, because we've got that, and there's also, oh my goodness, I forgot, but I feel like there was like an earlier message, and for some reason it like made the morality on the Dragon's Duel stand out to me a little bit more. You know, like they even in that regard, like they might look at you as somebody who is like very, very innocent, etc. They might have this opinion of themselves where they're more so of that devil character. And it's almost like even when it comes to them, let's say like at times leading you on, or what's the other way to put it, or sending mixed signals. It's almost like they know because you're a good person that you'll, you know, kind of like accept it. In the sense of if they're sending over a compliment or they're flirting with you, it's almost like you will accept it. I'm going to use the words fall for it. Whereas they are this sort of like morally shady character. I don't know. That Dragon's Duel card really sketched me out and really made me totally against pile 2 of this person. I'm sorry. Okay, we have Rescuer. Provide strength and support to others in crisis, acts out of love with no expectation of reward. That also sketches me out because, as we can see here, your person, pile 2, feels like you are a very good person, and we've had some not so nice things come out about your person, which leads me to believe that at times they might know that you are somebody who is, as the 6 of Cups would point out, extremely kind, compassionate, empathetic, helpful, and loving, and supportive, and uplifting toward other people. Again, it brings me back to that morality, almost like you're the angel and this person's the devil. Like, I don't know, there's something very sketchy about this situation, pile 2. I feel like it keeps getting, my God, it just keeps on going. It keeps on getting worse, in my opinion. So we have servant, delight in serving others with a free and loving heart. Again, what this does is it paints you as this very good person, which they do. They feel like you are a very good person, so it's not taking away from that. But I do feel like you're a very good person, and your person recognizes that at times they are a POS. I feel like at times they are and have not been the best or the brightest toward you. I feel like at times for many of us, this person could have led us on, sent us some mixed signals, purposely or opportunistically. I feel like this person is not ready for any type of commitment. They like to self-sabotage and sabotage the connection at times. They have other things that they are focusing on or that are on their mind, but they know that due to your morals, they know that due to how positive and optimistic and hopeful you are, they know because of how much of a good person you are, that no matter what they do, you'll leave the door open for them to come back. I hope that that makes sense, but pile 2, I would be very wary of this person. And as always, again, I will say it, this is a general reading. Please do not shoot the messenger. I am only delivering the messages as honestly as I get them from the cards that jumped out. Okay, so thank you so much, pile 2, and I hope that everybody has a wonderful day. Hello, pile 3, my sodalite pile. Let's take a look at what your person thinks of you. Let's see what is on your mind when it comes to the connection that you share with them. Okay, so first we will get some tarot cards out here to see their current thoughts and feelings, what is on their mind when it comes to you and when it comes to the connection. And then we will be getting some oracle cards out here to see basically their opinion of you, what it is that they think of you, what it is they admire about you and like about you, what they find attractive about you. Okay, so we have a lovely reading here, King of Wands, Page of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Two of Cups. So that King of Wands is immediately going to bring up that this person is very physically attracted to you. I would also say that there is a great deal of chemistry between the both of you. I also want to just say right at the top that this connection is definitely moving forward toward deepening the level of commitment, moving forward toward getting closer, more closely connected to one another, depending on where the connection is right now in regard to its form of commitment or commitment level. It really does seem as though this connection is going to be moving forward toward what could be a very long-lasting commitment. We start again with the King of Wands. I do love to see the King of Wands here because when it comes to how this person's thinking and feeling, there's a lot of fun and a lot of optimism when it comes to this connection. It feels like the two of you are able to explore new things with one another. It feels like the two of you have been able to experience new things with one another. And I feel like this exploration and this experiencing could stem out to mean a couple of different things. For example, maybe the two of you have, gone somewhere new with one another, whether it's that you both traveled to someplace new, or you both checked out a new restaurant together. I also feel like, though, it's in regard to the feelings that this person has for you, in this corny sense of, this person's never really felt this way about anyone else before. And I feel like a huge reason why this person's never felt this way about anyone else before is because they do see that there is a lot of potential, and they do see that there is the opportunity for the two of you to truly, let's say, last a lifetime with that Two of Cups. So when we move forward to the Page of Cups, the Page of Cups is going to bring up that there's mutual romantic feelings here. It's also going to bring up that this person, They may or may not have, so I feel like that part will vary. As always, take what resonates and leave the rest. But with the Page of Cups, it is going to bring up that this person has expressed or is going to express their romantic feelings for you. I would say that between the King of Wands and the Page of Cups, there is a lot of chemistry and there's a lot of communication between the both of you. That the two of you probably talk to one another quite often, that the two of you have a lot of things in common. There's a lot of compatibility. There might also be compatibility as well in the hobbies that the both of you have, in core values, as well as in did I say hobbies already? Because I do feel like there's something that the two of you perhaps have in common that the both of you are very passionate about. You know, like the two of you might have even similar purposes, or feel like, you know, if whatever you feel like your life purpose is and whatever they feel like their life purpose is, the two of you might even have that in common. Because it seems as though the both of you are very passionate about many of the same things. You know, there's some differences, let's say, or some variation, of course, but it seems like for the most part, and I feel like that's another thing that's really drawing the two of you closer together, is there is this genuine feeling of a perfect match, or this genuine feeling of having met someone who is very similar to oneself in many different ways. So I hope that that makes sense, because I feel like the compatibility in this connection has been unmatched. And I do feel like the two of you are sort of reciprocating that feeling of having found the perfect match for you. So I hope that that makes sense, because it's a very beautiful message. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. And the Ace of Pentacles, to me, it's going to bring up stability and security. It's also going to bring up opportunity and potential. And I do feel like when it comes to this connection, there's a huge opportunity and there's a lot of potential for the two of you building a life together. I feel like the two of you already feel very stable and secure being in one another's lives, but also see that there's opportunity to build a stable and secure future together. I hope that makes sense. And that Two of Cups is definitely going to indicate that this stable and secure future and this stable and secure foundation that the both of you are building with one another is romantic in nature. The Two of Cups for me is definitely going to highlight that there are mutual romantic feelings, that there's mutual trust, mutual respect, mutual commitment within this connection. I feel like the Two of Cups is yet again going to highlight that there is a lot of compatibility between the both of you. And I feel like, again, that compatibility is within so many different ways, because I feel like there's a lot of things that you share the same passion about. There's a lot of maybe even hobbies. There's, you know, like activities, or there's TV shows. There's that sort of thing. But I feel like there's also a lot of compatibility in what the two of you like to do. You know, not like the two of you aren't versatile, but I do feel like the both of you, let's say, you like to explore, you like to get on out there, you like to experience new things, and I feel like and you like to travel, which everybody likes to travel for the most part, but it's like there's a lot of different things that the two of you are so compatible with that at times it might almost seem unreal that you have met someone that is seeming to be such a perfect match. So I want to pull one more card, because I did it for pile 1 and pile 2, but for different reasons, you know, for different reasons, because this is definitely the most lovely pile of the readings we've done here today. And I want to maybe just pull a card, maybe one more card, just, I don't know, maybe an outcome, maybe, you know, what their next move is, maybe an outcome when it comes to this connection, just sort of to see what is coming up next. And we have the Seven of Pentacles. I do love to see the Seven of Pentacles here. We also have the Well at the bottom of the deck, because I do feel like the Seven of Pentacles is indicating that the two of you are beginning to cultivate a life together, that the two of you are beginning to feel more stable, feel more secure with one another, that the two of you both have similar visions of what you see the future being between the both of you. And I ultimately feel like the Seven of Pentacles is indicative of the two of you being able to learn from and grow with one another throughout time, which is absolutely beautiful. And for me, that personally would signify, you know, like a soulmate type of connection, which I don't usually like to say the soulmate word on here, but I would say that could signify a soulmate level connection, because we have the Two of Cups and then the Seven of Pentacles, which for me in this context is definitely going to bring up learning from and growing with one another throughout time. So with that said, let's get some cards out here to see what it is that this person thinks of you, in the sense of what their opinion is of you, what it is that they admire about you, what is attracting them toward you. So let's see, pile 3, what it is that comes out for that. Okay, we have Sisters of the Seasons with cycles of growth, natural law, and divine order. For me, I feel like that Sisters of the Seasons card is mainly going to bring me back to, or mainly going to have me focus on that cycles of growth message. Because again, it just seems as though the two of you, and to me, this, of course, for a lot of us is probably a newer connection. Does not have to be, but for some of us, it's probably a newer connection. And with it being a newer connection, perhaps a lot of this growth that has taken place has occurred prior to meeting this person. And when you and this person obviously become more so committed to one another throughout time, etc., there's a lot of growth that can take place. I also feel like that's an indication of this person feeling like you're somebody who's very mature. Let's say, like, you're somebody who's very mature, you're very grounded. When it comes to even this natural law and divine order sort of message, it brings me back to perhaps the divinity, let's say, that exists within this connection, and this person really feeling like they met you. It's like, again, this perfect match sort of message where they met you, they met the right person at the right time, finally, and I'm sure you're feeling the same way about that. And let's get one more card. We also have the High Lord of Gratitude and Service with selflessness, humility, and conscious action. To me, that this would indicate a couple more things. The selflessness and the humility would indicate, of course, you're somebody that's very humble. You're also somebody that's very helpful and supportive and uplifting, perhaps to this person, but also generally in your life. When it comes to this gratitude and service message, even, that's just part of the title of the card. I would say that even in that regard, of course, it's going to lead me back to selflessness, but you're somebody who genuinely puts themselves out, out there to help others. You're generally somebody who's very supportive. You're somebody who, maybe even the line of work that you're in is, could be considered public service, if that makes sense, or could be considered someone who is like a psychologist or a social worker, etc. I also love the gratitude message on it because it would also indicate to me part of what this person admires about you is you being someone who is very, let's say, gracious, somebody who is, very happy and content, let's say, within their own life. You're somebody who really feels blessed, somebody who really is able to see everything that it is that they have in their life and just be very happy and content in their life, and in that sense, it's like they look at you as somebody who's very happy and fulfilled within their own life, which is maybe something that they were looking for. Okay, and the last thing on it, the conscious action card, I feel like is mainly going to bring up that you're the type of person that when you say you're going to do something, you do it. Your words match your actions match your words. And even in that regard, I would say there's like this go-getter aspect to it as well. Like when you put your mind to accomplishing something, this person knows that you are going to go out there and accomplish it. Okay, and now let's get at least 2 cards from this deck. Okay, we have Visionary. Capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. That brings me back to the conscious action on that card. Willingness to proclaim a vision without regard for personal gain. Again, this visionary card I feel like really correlates well with the High Lord of Gratitude and Service. Okay, there's selflessness expressed on that card as well. There's this willingness to help others and put yourself out there to help others, to uplift others, etc. And I feel like even when it comes to this conscious action, and there being this person looking at you or viewing you as somebody that's a go-getter, somebody that if you put your mind to something, you are going to accomplish it, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, really reiterates that capacity to envision what is not yet conceivable to others. You do what it's also bringing me to a little bit of like marching to the beat of your own drum. You will do whatever it is that you need to do. When you put your mind to something, you accomplish it. There's times where you have your own, let's say, ideas and dreams and visions, and you go off and you do exactly what it is that you envisioned for yourself. And I feel like that's something that this person greatly admires about you. And now let's try to get one last card. What is this person thinking of you? And we also have student. Okay, so again, we get this humility word. We have humility and devotion to knowledge, openness to lifelong learning. Okay, so in that regard, I'm definitely going to say that this person finds you to be someone who is incredibly intelligent. I also did not mention physical beauty yet, but the King of Wands and the Page of Cups would definitely indicate that this person finds you to be very physically beautiful, because we didn't see it in the oracle cards. So I might as well mention it now. They're very physically attracted to you. But the student card is yet again going to bring up, or is going to bring up, that this person finds you to be very intelligent and they are very attracted to that. And I also feel like this humility and devotion is also not just to knowledge, although it is, but it's also your humility and devotion to others. You are someone who is, like a helper, a healer. You're somebody who is definitely, what's the word? Or there's a phrase for it. And of course I can't remember the phrase, because why would I? But it's like you're somebody who's genuinely always available to lend a helping hand to others, and that's something that this person very much so admires about you. And overall, you are just someone who is incredibly humble. You don't want, I feel like this card brings it up too, like you do certain things and you do them not for personal gain. You don't do them because it makes you look like a good person, etc. You do these things because you are genuinely a great person, and your person absolutely does admire that about you. So I really hope that this reading makes sense, pile 3. Thank you so much for allowing me to do such a beautiful little reading, and I hope that you have a wonderful day.